Hey everybody, Nathan Ronen, CFA here with an update for Level 3 candidates, for anybody taking the Level 3 exam, and the question of Qbanks. How good are they, and should I be using them? Well, if you'd like to hear more on this topic, even if you're not a Level 3 candidate, please press the subscribe button now and the notifications button so that you can continue to receive these updates as I put them out on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. Hey Nathan, wanted to get your opinion. I get this text messages, emails, you name it, all the time about using Qbanks at Level 3 and if I recommend it or not. Well, I understand where the question is coming from because many candidates who take the Level 1 program, they use the Qbank, whether it be from the CFA Institute or a third-party prep provider. They might have also used it at Level 2 with a third-party provider or the CFA Institute's Qbank. But many times I'll get these emails or text messages from Level 3 candidates who did not pass their Level 3 exam, and they are stunned because when I ask them, well, how did you prepare for the exam? One of the things that they say is, well, I did every question in the Qbank. And I'm like, well, hold on a second. What else did you do? And then they tell me the other things that they did, and there's obviously some other things that need correction there as well. But I want to talk about the Qbank and how useful it is. Again, you have to remember, when you're studying for the CFA exam, especially the Level 3 exam, you got to focus on the kind of exam that it is. It's 50% constructed response, also known as essays, and 50% item sets. It's not random multiple choice questions. So if you're looking at a Qbank that is providing you with random multiple choice questions, you shouldn't be extrapolating those questions or your performance on those questions to how you're going to do on the real exam. Because number one, it's not random multiple choice questions on the Level 3 exam, and the preponderance of your success and your ability to pass the Level 3 exam will be based on how you do on the constructed responses, or as I said before, the essays. That's the key. And I have plenty of videos about how important the essays are, and they are a very important 50% of the exam. But coming back to the Qbank. Now, there are many different sources for Qbanks, even at Level 3 out there. You have the first one, which is the CFA Institute's Qbank, which is included as part of your learning ecosystem when you sign up for the exam. And then there are all these other third-party prep providers, the major providers and others, who also have Qbanks that you can buy along with sometimes their highly priced products, or that's included. Now, if you are going to do Qbanks, the way I would treat Qbank questions is just unidimensional, linear type questions to see if you understood what you read in the module or in the reading. And if you're going to do Qbank questions, I would do a few of them to see that you understood what you read in that module. And I would start out and primarily focus on the CFA Institute's Qbank. Why the CFA Institute's Qbank? Well, who's writing your exam? Who's the person, whose program is this? It would be silly to go to a third-party provider, no matter how famous they are, how big they are, and rely on their Qbank questions when the CFA Institute is giving it to you included in your, registration charge for the exam, and it's, based on their curriculum. So I would definitely use the CFA Institute's Qbank. But, I would realize and keep realizing that these questions are designed to be, for the most part, unidimensional. They're supposed to be for instructional purposes to make sure you understood the content as presented in a specific reading. It is not to be used as an indication of how you would do on an exam question or the kind of exam question that you could anticipate. That's not what they were designed for. And therefore, many times candidates feel that there's a disconnect between Qbank questions and the chapter questions, blue box, gray box questions, and the real exam. Yes, because they are for instruction purposes only, to emphasize the material and not to give you a insight into the question on the exam. And also, when you're reading or doing a question on liability-driven investing or I don't know, equity portfolio management or a derivatives question, it's going to be specifically about that topic. It's not going to integrate other topics in the program because it can't assume that you've studied it or read it already. But on the real exam, when you're doing the constructed responses, meaning the essays or the item sets, you're going to have to draw upon multiple readings, multiple learning outcome statements, and multiple topics to answer the question. They do that all the time because that shows understanding. Just parroting or regurgitating the material from a reading is not what they're looking for on the real exam. And that's maybe got you through level 1 and level 2, but it's very difficult to get through the essays, especially at level 3 with that kind of approach. So if you ask me how valuable are the Qbanks, I think they're good for initially starting out with sample questions and reinforcing and seeing if you understood what you read, and if not, going back to the reading or the module and see if you could learn it a little bit better. But I would never, ever recommend to any of my candidates or even to you to interpolate that or extrapolate that this is going to be the question on the exam or very similar to what I will get on the exam. You're just lying to yourself. You're teasing yourself and you're overestimating your knowledge of what is going to be asked on the exam or how familiar you are with the exam. There are plenty of other opportunities to get to questions that are closer to what you're going to see on the real exam through good mock exams, through other resources that the CFA Institute has. But again, what I would do is I would take a few questions from the Qbank. If I get them right, move on to the next topic. Do some in the chapter, move on to another topic if you're getting them right. And only buckle down if you're getting them wrong and see why you're getting them wrong and study it a little bit better, because obviously even from a unidimensional perspective, you don't understand the reading very well if you're scoring low. But I would not, again, ever tell you to say, oh my God, you got to do every question in the Qbank. Make sure you do every question in the Qbank. They're going to show up on the exam. That is not true. CFA Institute would never tell you that's the case. Anybody that's taken the exam before would tell you that's not the case. I'm telling you this with 28 years of experience that is not the case of teaching CFA courses. So if you're interested in learning how to correctly pass your level 3 exam, I'm here. Turn into me. Listen to these videos. Sign up with me. Sign up for my level 3 program. I will get you there to where you need to be, and I will help you, and I won't be wasting your time like you're doing right now, possibly doing unidimensional, just Qbank questions and going in there and then getting slap, and then all of a sudden, I'm sorry, or we regret to inform you, or you failed, and then trying to read the little tea leaves there about why you failed. Pass the level 3 on your first try. Work with me. Look at my website, chalkandboard.org, CHALK board.org. That's CHALK chalkandboard.org. You've got my number there, my email. You can text me, you can WhatsApp me, you can send an email on the Contact Us form, and I'm happy to answer your questions and help you pass your level 3 exam. You're an arm's length from the charter. No need to keep repeating these exams over and over again at level 3. Let's get this done. If you want, reach out to me. Have a great day, and I hope you found this information useful. Bye.